Everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. It's going to be an exciting new year. I cannot wait. But for now, um, let's talk about 2023. I want to do a year in review of what has happened in my life and with this channel that I just started this in 2023, and talk about some of the things that I did, and maybe it'll give some people that have no experience with channel content or anything a little idea. So, about 2 years ago, I think it was when I first started accumulating and acquiring equipment to eventually do channel content for gaming and particularly board card miniatures. And I was just accumulating things over COVID. Basically, COVID started the shut-in period, and I was just like, I started to have I was watching a lot of YouTube content, and so realizing I already knew what a wonderful thing YouTube was, but it really just brought home how much I love this platform. And I have so many games. I have a ton of experience with gaming now, and I wanted to share and put out gaming content for the community at large, and kind of create like a hangout environment. I don't want to be a game reviewer. I don't want to be constantly looking at new games, constantly tracking new games, because quite frankly, I'm at the point where I am saturated. Like I am happy, I'm content. I like the collection that I have. I'm not saying I won't buy a new game, but what I'm saying is that if I'm going to pick up a new game, I need to be done with something I already have. I need to be ready to move on with something and not keep collecting games because that's what I've done up until this point for I'm an accountant and I have a career and I'm doing content creation on the side, and so I have limited time. But one of the things I've done over the years is I've accumulated a lot of games. So I have so much unpainted miniatures. I mean, um, uh, campaign games that ad nauseum that are just waiting to be played, and I'm nowhere near getting through many of them. So I want to start focusing on the collection that I have, playing through that and sharing that experience as much as I can. Like there's like be recording and capturing every gameplay session that I have because I game so much that I don't think I could physically do it. I wouldn't have the time to edit all the video. But I'm so glad to have this channel now and be creating content. And let's talk about now also the things that I've done this year besides get the channel up and running. So I played 109 different physical board games in my collection. Physical board and miniature and card, So this, when I say games, I'm pretty much talking about everything physical gaming, because I play so many different types of games. So I painted a bunch of figures for Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game. Hopefully, I will be able to put some photos of some of these things. Although I don't, I know I did lose some images. I lost some pictures on my hard drive, so I'm really bummed about that. But hopefully, I will be able to provide some idea for you guys as I'm narrating after the fact and editing, to put some pictures in there for you guys. So, Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game. I did quite a few things this year. It's nothing like I'm not a big. I don't have the time to paint a lot, so I'm not like a typical painter who really that's their hobby, and painting more than anything is what they do. I will never be able to produce that type of output, at least not with a career at the same time. So, but for me, I got that's it's a lot. I'm happy with the painting I got done this year. So let's move on. I painted the Sword and Sorcery base game figures, the heroes, and they. I really love Sword and Sorcery, and I wanted to at least paint the heroes to give them a little bit more presence on the table, and they really look good. And I painted some War of the Ring. I have the anniversary edition of both the Warriors of Middle Earth and War of the Ring, and I just didn't have. I had the Lords of the Ring, the Lords of the Ring expansion, and so those aren't painted, and I don't think they ever did a pre-painted where they offered that as a pre-painted selection. So I painted them myself. So now I have every option to play in the game painted, and I'm looking forward to that. And I painted finally. I started in an epic 40K Armageddon, uh, Chaos Space Marines Slaanesh army in 2013, and I'm still not done with it because really, and hardly anybody plays it to be honest. But I love the game. I played it the first time I played with the Slaanesh army of one of my friends, and I loved it so much that tried to scratch build a little unit for myself. It's probably not very good, but eventually it'll hit the table, and I will do a playthrough of that, and I am looking forward to it. In fact, I'm playing a tabletop simulator game of it right now with my friend, just to kind of refamiliarize myself with the same friend who actually lent me the army initially. So it's great. It's funny how things happen like that, you know. And Imperial Salt, I'm still working on the Imperial Salt base game, and so I'm still painting figures from that. Right now I'm working on the heroes and the stormtroopers. So I haven't finished those, but I did get some progress done, and I believe I did finish some Imperial Salt. And then Familiar Tales, the board game. This was a really cool game that me and my wife played this year. We played or in 2023, we played the full campaign, and we had a blast. And I painted heroes and the first two-tier level minions in the game. I can't remember what they're called now, but hopefully I'll put pictures in here. You guys can see it. And also got started on the rest of the box, but honestly, we were moving along at a pace that was faster than I could paint, and so I just didn't get the rest done. And now it's shelved because we went through the entire campaign. I also made terrain for Middle Earth Strategy Battle game. I made a kind of like an underground mountain. It was originally, well, I'm going to say it's Moria. Yeah, I guess I made it for Moria, but it also could be represented in the Blue Mountains. But it's a mines, underground caverns type of game board. And I also made a Relic Blade 2x2 game board, and I want to actually next year flip it over and do the other side, so I have like a double-sided game board for Relic Blade. So I'm going to do that. I made a battle board for Bolt Action and also Flames of War. I made it's a really good battle board for World War II. It's kind of fixed and unrealistic for certain missions and all that, but I just wanted a really cool looking board. I didn't really care about how it's going to work in reality. This was kind of just like me wanting to just um, experiment with doing a fixed board that looked kind of cool, because typically I love to have things that are module. Typically, I like modular things, but in this case, I wanted to do one fixed board that just looked good, and not, unfortunately, be able to move things around, but I don't mind because I just like the board. And I'm pretty happy with it. And so are some of my friends and that I play with. They're pretty happy to play on it. So I enjoyed it. And I played with my son recently, so it was a lot of fun. That's everything terrain-wise for 2023, and that covers a lot. So let's talk about now 2024 and my plans for 2024, this upcoming year, the current year we're in. And the first thing, I also want to play 100 games this year too. But I'm going to approach it a little differently because, as I said a little earlier, I have collected and amassed over well over a decade now tons of games. I have so many games, so many miniatures. When I'm going to have time until I will have to retire to have the time to play all these games. There's no question in my mind, which I kind of knew, and something that I'm really looking forward to. So. But I'm going to start playing all the expansions for games that I have collected over the years, because I have expansions literally sitting in cellophane wrapping on my shelves, or I've taken it out of the boxes to consolidate space. But I know I got expansions like never touched sitting in original game boxes for games. So I want to kind of go through my collection and start playing some of this expansion content, start getting it to the table, start enjoying it. So that's one of the things. That's kind of two things in one right there. Play 100 different board games in my collection again, because I really like doing that. And if I think about it, I have over 300 games. Not that that matters, but there's 365 days in a year, and to play 109 different games or 100 different games in one year is pretty remarkable if you think about it. With a career, I have a job, I have home responsibilities, and I'm able to put down every 3 days and play a game in my collection. And I may had to have reread the rules because I have so many that I can't remember everything. and set it up, play it, put it away, get ready for a new one. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's I think that's a good amount of play for me, and I don't think I would want to do much more than that because at least not until I retire. Because I think I would get burnout. I would get fatigued. I know I would. But I averaged about one new game every 3 days last year, and I hope to continue that. And I think that is feasible. And of course, there wasn't exactly one every 3 days. That was just the average. But sometimes I'd sit down and I would play one of these games 15 times in a day. I remember one Saturday I got up and I started playing Shadowrun Crossfire. I played it 15 times that day. I really enjoyed it. It's such a good game. But that's an example. So even though I played 109 games last year, I played some of those games several times over. So think about that. That's a lot of gameplays. So I'm pretty happy with last year's results of gaming. And then upcoming, I plan to do similar. Other plans, I want to publish one video, one basically content video, not something like this. This is a video that I would call miscellaneous or random because it really does. There's no planned events, where I'm going to be doing these regularly, these types of videos. In fact, to be doing a video with myself in it was something I'm not comfortable for. I'm actually nervous and, a little bashful, but it's got to be done, right? I want to connect with the community and I don't want to just be some wizard behind the curtain. So this is me, and you won't see much of me, I don't think, unless I decide to change that in my format. But I want it to be gaming focused, this channel, more than me focused, if that makes sense. And eventually, hopefully, I'll have other people involved in making content too. But right now, it's just me. So another thing I'd like to do this year, 2024, is to do my first ever 24-hour playthrough. It'll be solo because most likely I'll be by myself playing games, and it'll probably be a solo playthrough. If I end up doing content with other people, maybe I'll do a 24-hour playthrough of just games in general as well. But right now, I only plan on doing a 24-hour solo playthrough because I can control that and make sure that happens. It's kind of hard to get people to commit that kind of time. I'm definitely going to plan on spending time improving skills, improving how to photography, camera angles, lighting. There's so many things to learn, and I see tons of channel gaming content creators that do wonderful jobs. Seems to be a lot of cookie cutter thing going on, where one person kind of leads the way and does something really cool, and everybody follows suit. And for obvious reasons because it looks good. But for me, I want to not exactly be like everybody else, even if it looks good. I want to do my own thing. So right now, and I'm limited in my equipment. Some of these guys have been doing this for years. In fact, many of them have been doing it for. I went and researched, and a lot of these successful gaming content creators, they've put a lot of work into this. They were doing hundreds, if not over 1,000 videos to get where they're at today. Even if they've got 20,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, the work was put in, and I plan to do no less because that's clearly what it takes. And if you're going to be a content creator, that's what it takes, to put in the work. And I plan on doing that. So, like I said, I'll be putting out 52 videos at least this year, one per week. That's my average. And let's see. Also sound. I wanted to just back up. So, improving sound. I want to make sure sound gets better, everything gets better. Cinematography, the way I shoot and presenting information to you, all those things I plan on getting better at and improving over the course of 2024. I also have plans to paint and do terrain. So in painting, I'm going to do some more Middle Earth strategy battle game. I'm going to be doing more Flames of War. Particularly, I have an Afrika Korps, German Desert Afrika Korps army that I'm going to paint up. I also have the last remnants of a mid-war, early war Italian Campagna Chiari and Campagna Bersaglieri armies, and I'm going to get all I have to do really is paint the Bersaglieri platoon, and then I have it made. But right now, they are still on popsicle sticks waiting to be painted. And they're almost done, though. I am close to completing those. Let's see what else. Imperial Assault. I want to at least finish the base game for Imperial Assault because although I've played through the campaign 1.5 times already, I want to play through the campaign with it fully painted and then move on to continue to play through all the expansion content and paint those as I go. So that's my plan. I want to finish my 2013 Chaos Space Marine Slaanesh army for Epic 40K Armageddon. And I started also a long time ago a 15 millimeter version of Bolt Action. I have a German Fallschirmjäger platoon or unit army against a U.S. parachute rifle company. And so I based them, started painting them, didn't finish either, but they're all in like individual stands and stuff. They're little small stands. And I want to finish that finally and start playing Bolt Action because I like Bolt Action a lot. I'm a big Flames of War player, but Bolt Action is a good game. It's different. It plays differently. I like it. I like that it's a smaller unit based and it's more like a skirmish. The Flames of War is more like you feel it's a company against a company, whereas in Bolt Action it's more like platoon squad level to me. And I like the difference there because I like both elements of playing World War II. They're just both slightly different. So anyway, that's painting for 2024. For 2020, for terrain for 2024, I'm going to be working on a 4x8 Lone Lands board for Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game. It's going to comprise of I'm going to do Amon Sul, the as best as I can. I got this kit. It kind of looks like the Weathertop. So I plan on doing the Hill of Weathertop on top of the Lone Lands, and then picking up some cool stuff from Lord of the Rings online video game. The Lone Lands has a particular area map in that, and there's some really cool stuff that I have a lot of nostalgia, as well as my son Jason. We played and Josh, his older brother. We all played this game a lot when it first came out in 2007, all the way through consistently through like at least 2012, 13. And then my kids kind of moved on to other games, but I stayed pretty solid with it. But there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to do a nice board for that, and I'm going to include some cool things from that map. And then also, I am going to do another Flames of War board, Flames of War / Bolt Action. But this one is going to be a mat. Last year, I made a fixed battle board, like I said. Now I'm going to make a gaming mat, and I'm going to do a video on how I make uh, mats for miniature gaming. And what's great about mats is I use an anti-weed mat cloth, 4 feet by, you can get them in thick and rolls of 100 or 50, 4 by 50 feet. And you roll it out, cut off either 4 by 4 or 4 by 6. You put it on a painting blanket or painting canvas top. And I tape like roads and streams. I use painter tape to do that, and I'm going to show you the video on how I do it. But basically, I do mats. So if you can get an idea of where I'm going with this, I do a mat where you just throw it down. It's already got the roads. It's already got streams if there are. You can actually do more forest-looking areas if you'd like to. I haven't done that yet, but that might be a good idea. But I like more modulation, so and the ability to randomize, I like that a little bit better, other than the roads and streams. So you can do streams, roads, and all of the uh, earth soil, whether you want it to be mud, just straight up mud, or you could flock the whole thing. You could do it however you want. And I've done several different types. Uh, the mats are down. You throw it down, you automatically have your board. All you have to do now is put your randomized terrain down, and you could do it so many different ways once you have one of these mats. So I'm going to do a mat for that, and I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to flip over the Relic Blade board that I made last year, and on the back side of it, I'm going to do a different board that is a different scene altogether. The first scene is kind of underground or on a lava. There's a lava lake and flow going, and then the other side, I want to make it more of a castle stone buildings, ruined or regular, and along with some wooded area that's kind of dense, and you have to go around and navigate. You can't shoot through, and some trails. I want to make it really exciting because Relic Blade, I love the little tiny skirmish game that it is, and I know I'm going to be playing a lot more of that. I'm also going to do a playthrough of Relic Blade because I bought just what I decided to do, because I'm much more careful about spending money on games now. So what I decided to do was get Steve Sutter, I believe his name is, who's the creator, designer, sculptor, everything of Relic Blade. He allowed a very low cost PDF version of the game, which is I went with entirely PDF. I printed out the counters, based them. I printed out all the uh, characters for the game. I printed them out, put them on bases, and so I have tokens, bases. I have token bases. I have character bases, and I didn't. I bought the bare bones necessary to play the game, and I want to show you for the cost of what I spent that you can play this game successfully because you can play it with the standees that I bought. So it's a lot of fun, even with that. But I'm sure at some point, because I know I like the game now. I was kind of testing it, giving it a test run, and not investing too much. But the game's solid. The game's fantastic. So I know for sure I'm going to be playing more of it. So why not invest? I'm eventually going to buy and paint a unit. Sean Sutter, you do great work. If you ever get a chance to watch this video. And finally, I want to say to all my current subscribers, I believe I ended the year at 9. And, it doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it is. And to me, 9 is a huge success. And I'm thankful to have 9 subscribers. So maybe someday down the road, I'll be looking at this video and laughing at that. But I am grateful for 9 subscribers. And one of those subscribers is my beloved youngest son, Jason, who I've done a ton of gaming with over the years, and I would do this content creation for him if nobody else would have benefited from it. But for him alone, I would do this, and I love doing content creation. It's become a passion project for me. I actually hope that this replaces one day my day job as an accountant, auditor, and I can move on and do this into retirement, and this fulfill me through retirement because I plan on playing games regardless. Why not create a channel, make content? Oh, my battery's low. Make content and share it and make friends, let's hang out together and play these games and enjoy it. All right. Thank you. God bless you all. I really appreciate if you're watching this, I appreciate you so much. To my subscribers from 2023, thank you so much. To my new subscribers from 2024 that are yet to arrive, I cannot wait to share content with you as well. And have a wonderful 2024. Let's all do everything that we've set out to do this year. Let's make it a wonderful year. All right. Take care.